Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T. Y'all saw the thumbnail. It's the move Shakur Stevenson controversial. What are they? You know, well, we could get into that and more, but y'all know the drill. First, let's turn to welcome back to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T or TT. Y'all saw the thumbnail. We're gonna get into that, but let me make a correction. Somebody watching the show the other day, I don't even remember much of the conversation, but uh, they were saying that they think that I had said something about grandma smoking. You know, we was talking about smoking, and I was saying something about I think I was talking about my mom smoking, but it might have sounded like I was saying grandmother, but I wasn't. I was talking about my mom who smoked for many years and was able to quit and did a great thing by just up and quitting. But she smoked for a long time, and she came through it. It didn't. I think I was talking about how smoking can do something to somebody, but other people it don't do nothing to. Well, it really adversely affected me, but it didn't affect my mom like that. So let me just make that correction because all my family members looking, they was like, "Grandma smoke." Grandma never smoked. Anywho, y'all know at the top of my hour, I always talk about the water check, water check. Yes, we are officially in fall season, but as I told y'all, it doesn't matter winter, spring, summer, fall. It don't matter. Water is important. It's a life sustainer. Here in Boxing Fans Talk TV, we advocate for everybody to drink at least 100 ounces of water a day. If you're not a big water drinker, we say twice a day. You must drink water, or at least try to. That's first thing in the morning before the feet hit the ground. Before you get into your morning routine, go ahead and drink your water, and get the 8 ounces on. Like drink it in 8-ounce regiments. When you wake up first thing in the morning, if you think of your body as an engine and you got a lot of moving parts, you need to drink your water to help things move along more smoothly and accurately. You'll thank yourself later. The second time during the day that you should drink water is at night when you're laying down for the night. You took your shower or your bath and you got your pajamas on. You're just getting in the bed. You might go read an article, a newspaper, or something, and or looking at TV. Go ahead and drink you 8 ounces of water. The American Heart Association agrees that that is sound advice. That's good for your heart. There's a lot of things going on at night when you go into your deep sleep. A lot of reads going on, the revamping, recharging, rebooting, recleaning. You're cleaning out toxin and everything. Also, the average person burns between 900 to 1,000 calories at night in a deep sleep, not a cat nap, in a deep sleep. So please drink your water, and and help your body sustain life. And anywho, but I'm at my usual amount. I drink 8-ounce bottles of water. It's just easier for me that way. It might be easier for you to drink 16 ounces in one swig. I can't. I can do three to four nice gulps of water with an 8-ounce bottle and finish it. I don't like drinking nothing bigger than 8-ounce bottles of water, because what happens? You leave it sitting down, you took a few sips, you had enough, you leave it sitting there, you're not going to come back and finish that off. So I make sure when I open the bottle, I finish the bottle. And that's that's the only way. I don't know if you could call that tricking your mind or your body or whatever. That's the only way that I can do it, to ensure that I drink as much water as I can. And truth be told, I don't always finish, get the right amount or reach 100 ounces. I try though. I always make a concerted effort. And it be like that. There'll be days when you can only do 40 or 60. It depends on how you feel. But just because you didn't complete the assignment that one day, that don't mean that the next day you just throw it out, with the trash. You start back over every day. You should wake up trying to drink at least 100 ounces of water. The formula is half your body weight in ounces of water, and a gallon is 128. Every adult out here can drink a gallon of water per day. And like I say, your body will thank you later for it. Also, let me get into some little housekeeping. Please, in my humblest voice ever, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you already subscribed, don't hit it. Don't hit it, please. You're already locked in. If you've already subscribed, you're already locked in. So just hit the like and share button. And if you're watching me on replay, especially hit the like and share button. Leave a comment. I read all your comments. To people who send inappropriate comments, I delete them. I'm just letting you know. People who send comments, I think it's German. I don't have time to translate that. I tried to in the beginning, but I'm not gonna have time for that. So I don't really know what you're saying. I speak English and I read English. So that's my uh, choice of language right there. That's what I grew up on. So send your comments in English, please. If you have any questions about anything I say or believe, or you just need some help, because I do finding the health in you too, and it's more about you finding your health, because how everything affects you and how you get along in the world is specifically and uniquely to you. So I'm all about helping folks find the health in them. We do have overlapping things like with the water, for instance, and the sunlight and the salt intake. Those are pretty much across the board for any and everybody. But outside of that, everything else is uniquely catered to you. So if you have any questions about that, hit me up at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. That's boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. I'll get back to you pretty quickly. I'll answer any questions. If I have enough questions about health and all that, then I will do a show on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as of note, I come on between Monday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I come on any other time, I'll let you guys know. Like I did the fight party this weekend on Friday. Normally I've done it on the Saturday. Sometimes I do a fight party, sometimes not. But Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the time that I come on. Yes, you will see a thumbnail that says different. That's YouTube, y'all. I don't got nothing to say about that. But that's how we getting down. But please, please, please drink your water, and make sure you have proper amount of iodine. You don't hear me say that a lot, but it's important. That means salt. Don't overdo it, because canned goods have too much salt, sodium, but iodine. You do need salt in your life. That's all people, and it's just as important as water because the lack of iodine can cause cancer. So, anywho, just thought I would throw that out there. Hey, I want to say welcome to the building. What's poppin', King Al Money? He said Miss T, 100. The boxing glove and 100. Ray New Salters is in the building. What's poppin', King? He said Miss T, what up, though? Queen, we have love, boxing, fist pumping. Reginald Peters is in the building. What's poppin', King? He said, hey, Miss T, what's up, Reginald? He said, Big Al Money, what up, bro? Al Money's like, Ray New, Reginald, what's good with you? But y'all saw the thumbnail. Now we're gonna talk about the Shakur Stevenson. But let me get the boring stuff out of the way, right? So we know we had fights this weekend. So you know how I brag about the zone. And I'll be like, look, for all intents and purposes, the zone put on great undercards. I have to say this the first time I was not impressed with the whole card. I could have dealt without the whole card. And the people on there must be unique to overseas or the UK because I wasn't impressed. I don't know these people. I could almost say the main event with Galahad and the other guy, it could have been a good fight to watch, but the ref pissed me off. He was too much. You ever look at a fight when the ref is too much into business to keep stopping for bullshit? You don't even know what they stopping for. I'm like, is it a secret? I don't even know what you stopping for. What are you talking about now? That's what was going on. Too much for me. And this the zone fight. So I got to give the zone a big D. Put a card on, but it was the worst. That whole card was the worst to me. The ladies, they tried. They weren't that impressive to me. Again, I do chalk it up to this. It may very well be because I didn't know those fighters. So I'll take that. You know, it could be that because I don't know them or whatever. But then again, it just normally, you know, if I'm watching a boxing card, I just sit there and watch it. You're gonna find something favorable about it. You're gonna like it some kind of way. But I didn't like it. I stopped watching it. I couldn't tell you what happened on the zone. Oh, and I meant to say in my intro, Boxing Fans Talk TV, that's my Cash App. Y'all see it on this page. That's what that is, my Cash App. Thank you guys for any Cash Apps that you send. Much appreciative. Um, but there it is on the right. As I'm looking at the screen, the right side of the screen. If you guys looking down at it too, it should be the right side. But yeah, the zone, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball on this one, which is a shocker to me because your cards usually be good. Like even if the main event ain't good, the undercard be good. You be like, man, it was like worth it. But not this weekend. I don't know if it's because it was them spitballing you. Ray News said, "Ow, money. What up, brother?" So let's get into it. Okay, I don't got much to say. I will listen to whatever you guys got to say. You want to break it down, but the Shakur Stevens fight was very interesting. I'm proud of him. I gave him constructive criticism. You know, I ain't the only one who gave him constructive criticism. He might not have seen my show, but it's enough shows out there that I'm going to call it constructive criticism when talking about him missing weight. He had to say something about it after his fight in the ring when the interview was done. He brought that up to clarify and all that, and basically he was like, if y'all feel like y'all done with me or you want to switch up, I'm just paraphrasing. You want to switch up, then you go ahead and get on that other side. You stay over there. But I think it's right to to criticize. We're the fans. We're the people you're entertaining. And so I think it was constructive criticism. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it's the end of the world for Shakur. I don't think that his career is over. I don't think it was nothing damaging on that level. I do think that that it need. Because what if we never say that? What if everybody out there that got a YouTube page or whoever, old media and everybody, what if nobody say anything about this situation? Would a lesson be learned? Do a lesson need to be learned? Should somebody say something to him? And the answer is a lesson do need to be learned. Somebody should say something to him. And his explanation was understandable. Let me say that too. Because he said he had lost some 12 odd pounds and that he had to, he couldn't squeeze no out. He basically, he couldn't get no more. He couldn't sweat no more. He couldn't get nothing out. So he wasn't going to try to kill himself to do so. At that point, his mind needed to change and focus to getting prepared for the fight the next day, being well enough to stand in that fight. You can't just go on no hunger strike a whole nother day. It's the whole purpose of doing the weigh-ins the day before, and so that you don't be so dehydrated and spent all out physically from not eating or trying to make weight. At this point, he feels that he cannot make that weight. So I get it. But you know what? Can constructive criticism be given on that level too? It sure can. Because somebody going to say, why you wait to the end to lose 12 pounds? How much are you walking around with? That's a question that people can say. These are fair questions. Mr. Harry Do, peace, queen, peace. She said, peace and love, hope all is well. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Hope all is well with you. Thank you for joining us. So when he said that, very logical reasoning. His rationale was sound. I totally agree with it. But if I'm going to do constructive criticism, I'm going to say it in a way that only betters the fighter. It don't matter if you my favorite fighter or not. And Shakur is one of my favorite fighters. So no, Shakur, I didn't switch sides on you, and it's not the end of the world. And you are a professional, and you're a great boxer, and I see great things in your future. But I will say, going to the future, which you already know, I'm not telling you nothing new, but so that everyone is clear as to what I'm thinking. Hey, don't wait till the last minute to drop your weight. That need to be first and foremost in your camp, or there's a routine that has to be established because you're getting older now and you starting to get into the realm of people who get older. When you're younger, your body just do whatever you say when it say. When you get older, it don't work like that. So now you might just have to be one of those guys who try to maintain your weight even between fights. Like there's thousands of people out here in the world who do little exercises. In your own neighborhood, you can see couples after dinner, which you can only assume after dinner, in the 7 o'clock, 7:30 hour. They walking. They do a couple of blocks around, spin around a block. They're walking, and they're walking together because they walking off that dinner. They walking off what they did that day. And guess what? They maintaining. It does not mean that same couple you see walking at night, or them young folks, or young or old, who walk first thing in the morning, it does not mean that them people ain't eating what the hell they want to eat. They can be eating and what we call today unclean all day long, but that's their way of maintaining their weight, and it works. Between fights, his load is light when it comes to exercising and stuff, but keep running. I would say to any fighter, not even just for maintaining weight, but maintaining some kind of condition about yourself that's just naturally in you like that. Like you will never really depart from your conditioning status when you do stuff to maintain. So like when you don't have a fight on the horizon, maybe 3 times a week you run 3 miles. And maybe 2 times a week you just go through the motion, maybe just shadow boxing, maybe hand pads, maybe maybe hitting the heavy bag, stuff that ain't big, no sparring or nothing like that. I don't know, whatever suits you. But if you turn around and still eat the way you want to eat, or able to eat the way you want to eat, but you really don't, go beyond 5 or 6 pounds outside of your weight limit for what division you fight in, that's great for you. That's less wear and tear on your body. Because as a boxer, a lot of these boxers grow to realize all this ballooning up and coming down for the fight in the camp, it hurts you in the long run. It really does. Mr. Hari says, yes, I just feel like he made an honest mistake by not getting to the weight that was in the contract. Yeah, I think that he needs to hire a nutritionist for real so he don't have to worry about making weight. He will already be on top of his game 24/7. And facts. You said facts. And look, hey, he can clean, like, there's only a couple of people like this now. I even said this about Tank. Shakur Stevens and Tank Davis are the two fighters I see that could have cleaned out the 130. Like, I have no doubt in my mind they could have become undisputed at 130, 135, and possibly even 140. Like right now, Shakur Stevens going into the 135 division, I think hands down he beat everybody there. Hands down, he will beat everybody there. But you know what? He ain't gonna get to fight everybody there for one reason or another. If him and Devin Haney never square up, I would never turn around and say, Devin Haney, you was ducking. I would never say that. Because it ain't that. Even you had Devin Haney explain this. You had Shakur Stevens explain this. They're friends. They grew up in boxing. They spent a lot of time. It was always the case that one was in a higher weight class than the other. And that's just what it is. Shakur, Devin we already know, without considering Shakur as a factor, because he was in 130, we already know that Devin don't have much time left in the 135 division. He just don't. As Shakur's growing, he's growing too. Men fill out as they get older. Devin don't have that much time. But Devin's going to do what he got to do, according to the career he wants and how he wants it to be. He's going to fight Cambosos because he's required contractually. But after Cambosos, he wanted to fight to settle a score, to get things right in the people's minds about how it could really be between him and Lomachenko. Devin Haney wants that fight. If he don't get that fight with Lomachenko, I doubt if he stick around. If he drops his belts, just as Shakur is coming into the weight division, it doesn't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing negative for either fighter. I'm not saying that at all. I like Devin Haney and I like Shakur Stevens. I like the fact that Shakur Stevens and Devin Haney, in my opinion, have a healthy point of view of how boxing should go. You heard Devin Haney when we could say maybe he was pointing the finger at Tank Davis when he said a few months ago or half a year ago that he don't care about that side of the street and this, that, and other. Everybody took it as he was saying that to Earl Spence. He could have been subliminally sending a message to all boxers. Look, either y'all want to fight or y'all don't want to fight. Care about that size of the street shit. Let's mix it up. If you're the best, let's fight the best. Devin Haney always stated that and always been about that. Do I see him ducking anybody? Hell to the no. Not Shakur Stevens, not Tank Davis, not anybody. Now, at the same token, Shakur Stevens is saying the same thing. They know they friends. They know that the way their life has gone, the trajectory of their careers dictates that they probably will never really not for a long period of time, especially be in the same weight class as one coming in, the other one's leaving out. And it's probably always going to be like until both of them fully stop growing. You can see Shakur, I can see Shakur going up to as high as 147, and I can see that in Devin. So I don't know, like when it's all said and done, would they have touched those weight divisions? I can see it, but it's gonna take time. And usually, the way they growing, they at pace at a different. They have a different pace as to when they get it. Because as we see, Shakur, he can't make 130 no more. That is done. It don't matter how I wanted him to be undisputed. I ain't gonna get my wish, and I'm cool with that. Because he physically can't do what he can't do. The body is what it is. Devin Haney 135. That's not a bad thing. He's growing. Then he can't do it. He'll have to move to 140. If he moved to 140, he have to toss all those belts up and every man for themselves. But I like both of their attitude. And at the end of the fight, Shakur Stevenson said, they asked him specifically, no matter how we feel about Bernardo, and Bernardo is a suspect type dude, and he will ask questions more harsher to other people than he would the people he favor, which is Mexicans. I'm sorry to say, I see Bernardo that way. I've caught him in the act on them Spanish channels. Yes, I do see him as one of those types that favor Mexican and all that, and would cake for them big time. But he asked them a fair question when he said, so who you want next? And he said, the champ. Now, if he was talking about the one, if you saying I'm moving up to 140 division, that'd be another thing. Let me get some of these chats. ATL is in the building. What's poppin', King? What's up, bro? So, what's up, Queen T? What's good with you? Mr. Harris said, quick question. Who do you think the first person Shakur should fight at 135? I would love to see him and Devin Haney fight. That's me, personally. I don't know if that's possible, but that's what I would love to see because they're both on that elite level. As far as the 135 division, you can't get no more elite than Shakur Stevens and Devin Haney. I think they're the top draws. They're the top elite fighters. And so I would love to see them fight. I know that Shakur can't just walk in and get such a fight, but I don't think that Devin would be hiding from it. I think Devin has his priorities that was set in place before Shakur ever got there. If Shakur wanted preferential treatment, I will say this, where he went straight in front of the line, he should not have dropped them belts the way he did. That's all I can say, and that's fair to say. He lose an argument or a leverage, so to speak, by doing it the way he did. And all I can say is, Shakur, if you find yourself, not that you got to listen to me, you smarter than me when it comes to these boxing world, but this is how I see it. If you find yourself in that predicament again, go through the motions. we do not deserve to know either way whether you trying to make weight or not. It's perfectly fine for the fans to think you tried to make weight and that's all we know. But when you didn't make weight and then it was evidently clear that you won't even gonna try, now we see that. Don't let us see it no more. It ain't our business. It really ain't. But we can't help but see what we saw. That's all I'm saying. Go through the motions. You can have very well in your head made up your mind, I'm not doing shit. And what we would have did? Been cool with it. But go through the motions. Go through the motions as if you're going to do it. Because all he had to do is come back in 2 hours. I know that's all he got to do. But, go through the motions. And be okay with the fact that you about to eat anyway. You about to, get your eat on and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't make weight, you didn't make weight. You could afford to pay whatever fine they gave you or whatever the case may be. And I didn't want him to be drained for the fight and all that. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, he didn't have nothing else to give. He gave us his explanation. I think by everybody giving him this pushback, I think he learned a lesson. Captain Full G was Papa King. Where you been, bro? Say, hey, Lady T. Uh, ATS said, punch that like button. Indeed. PGH Big Dog was Papa King. He said, salute Queen D. Reginald said, I like Pitbull Cruz fight. You want to see Shakur and Pitbull? That's cool too. I want Shakur to fight whoever he want to fight. But personally, Shakur to me coming in 135 is the top dog, is the elite. Devin Haney, just like Shakur said, you can't say that this man ain't the top dog. He got all the belts. So by virtue of the fact of his accolades and what he has done, he is the top dog. But both of them are top dogs to me. So that's why I want to see both of them fight. ATL said, Loma, get out of here with that one. He said, I like Pitbull too. I like Pitbull too. He's quickly becoming an elite fighter in that division. Okay, so that's what I had to say about Devin Haney and Shakur Stevens maybe pending bouts. And Shakur said, I want the champ. When Bernardo asked him, Bernardo tried to double down or try to reiterate so that Shakur could be more clear. And he mentioned those guys, the Haneys, the Tank Davis, the Garcia, the whoever. And Shakur was like, any of them. He said, I want the champ. That's, he said something to the fact like, if that's Devin Haney, then I guess so. He wasn't in no way, shape, or form disrespectful. I hope, and I didn't see that, in my opinion, that Haney took it as disrespectful. I think Haney understands that come with the territory. You are the champ. You are the numero uno. There is no, you are the alpha and the omega. You feel me? At 135. If people not saying they want a shot at you, something wrong. Why wouldn't you want a shot at them, at him? Even Pitbull Cruz say that he wanted Tank because he craving a rematch with Tank. I think he won a whole camp with Tank because he took it 2 weeks notice. But he has said out his mouth he wanted with Devin Haney. I'm just saying. Devin has no reason to feel no kind of way about anybody calling for him because that's what they're supposed to do. That would be a welcome change. You know what I'm saying? Because most time folks be avoiding him. Extra is in the house. Extra O, a.k.a. 2 Chainz, a.k.a. the champ, is in the building. Was Papa King says salute to the queen. Y'all smash that like button. Indeed. Aaron Smith, welcome to the building. Welcome back. He said, I know this ain't the topic, but I would like to see Tank against Bud. Why not? They both face Camboa. They are only 12 pounds apart at a catchweight. By the way, Shakur, your topic has no punch power. Neither does Devin. Neither do Devin, Aaron. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to seriously think. Tank and Bud, their personalities and maybe their fighting styles could make it interesting, but it's too much weight difference. It's too much weight difference. And Tank hit hard, Bud hit hard. Tank can box, Bud can box. Who's the better boxer? That's who will win that battle. But I don't think Tank would do that great at 147 because of his height. Because you can gain weight and maybe you take your power with you when you get bigger and bigger. But at one point, the weight on you going to be a hindrance. And for Tank, I truly believe with his height, never say never. I don't know. But it's just my feeling right now is with his height being like 5'5", I think that's how tall he is. Him going up to or 5'4", one of them. Him going up to 147 would prove to be him having too much weight on him. And he probably walk around 150 something. Walking around and performing, two different things. Everybody has a set homostasis weight. We all do. We all do. You can be the same height as somebody, same age. Y'all can be born the same day. Y'all can be the same sex, same race, same everything. And y'all can have two different set homeostasis weight. And what I mean by that is a set weight where you can maximize your abilities and this, that, and other, and fighting or any other kind of sports, you be at your most optimum level. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has that. And you could be a person that walked around heavy most of your life, but it doesn't change the fact that you will do better activity wise, sports wise, at a smaller weight. You know what I'm saying? Even though you probably never enjoyed that in your spare time. You know, you could be a person that's 5'7", 5'8". You can walk around with 180. And I'm always thinking about females, y'all. You can walk around with 180. That's not your perfect weight. You won't run as fast. You won't move as fast. You won't pick up anything physical as fast and as effective and as efficient. But that person that's height could probably drop down to, depending on your bone structure, 140, between 140 and 155 or something. And you get down to those weights, or you, if you knew your exact homostasis weight, and you just heads and tails above everybody else. You're faster, you move better, your reflexes better, you look good, you're healthier, your blood flowing good, you're getting enough oxygen in a proper way and efficient way. It is what it is. But you, like I said, could have been that person walking around at 180 all your life. Decide to be an athlete of some kind, you have to drop down to your set weight. Same thing with boxers. And it's integral that they understand that and know how to pick the weight that they can optimize the most ability and agility, reflexes, and everything. It's integral that they know how to pick the perfect weight for them to maximize their abilities. And that's all it is. He said, you talking height, but look at what Mike Tyson was able to do against all those tall dudes. Mike started losing once he lost his focus. Yeah, I'm six. He said I'm 6'3", 165 all day, boxing built. I hear you, ATF. But see, Aaron, Mike Tyson he's more of a natural heavyweight. He is. He's always been a heavyweight. That's all he probably could have ever been. You cannot say that about Tank. There's no guarantee that he would do good with his weight. He might carry his power, but he's gonna be slow. Something gonna be missed. So, it depends on, it's a lot of factors. It's just like I said, everybody got that set weight that they do their best at. Say, do we walk around every day without perfect weight? No, not none of us. Even us who have seen like we got the perfect weight, we at a deficit because I didn't think people who was seeing like they was at their perfect weight or seeing like they was in shape, I didn't think that they went through what people who are clearly overweight go through and all that stuff. And tell my neighbor, her kid next door, she used to want to play soccer, and her soccer coach was all about that healthy living and healthy eating. And he would be on her. Now this girl ain't got no weight on her. Very slender, very petite, and she's not that short. I mean, very just beautiful little girl, right? And she was like, Miss T, I noticed the difference when I ate a certain way. Because she could eat anything she want, never gain no weight. Never. Every girl would love to have that problem, by the way. But she could never gain no weight. And in fact, I remember when my daughter and her, because they about the same age, when we had to take them in for shots and everything, there was certain shots she couldn't get when they were like young in middle school because she was too little. I mean, that's how slender she was. But when she started playing soccer, I couldn't tell the difference in her body structure or whatever. It ain't like she muscled up or anything like that. She still looked slender to me. but she was eating better. And she could tell the difference when she didn't. Because during soccer, her coach made them eat clean. And it was perfect, I think, on the coach's part to allow those young girls to do that because what they learn is a life lesson. Because she could tell, she would say, Miss T, when I drink sodas, I feel so bad. Like she said, my chest be hurting. I was like, what? You know, to the point that after she finished with the soccer after middle school, I don't think she was pressed for it no more. But she always been like an athlete. But she still is on that kick of shout out to Jayla. I'm talking about you, Jayla. She's still on that kick of eating clean and this, that, and the other. What's
Yep.
up, for? I ain't you in a minute. What's good?
What's up? What's going on, Lady T?
Nothing much. Where you been, man?
Ah man, it's just time is different. I've been here and there, you know. I make videos once in a while here and there. I made my last video a couple of days ago on Shakur Stevenson, but I'm listening to you about the homostasis and the weight,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you're totally
Mm-hmm.
right about that. Because when you look at Manny
Yeah.
Pacquiao and Tank Davis, you see Manny Pacquiao and Tank Davis, right? They're the same height,
Mm-hmm.
same reach. But if you really look at it,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like Manny Pacquiao could lose weight, where it seems like Tank, he's like more bone density, he's more thicker. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
a good comparison with two people the same height and same height and reach. It's just two
Yeah.
different like I'm trying to explain, like there's different body types, like ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. So, see Shakur, he didn't make weight. He's 25 years old, right? But look at Casasio.
Right.
He's 33 years old and he made weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in a,
Right.
in a way, you can't say that's an excuse, but at the same time, that man is going through hormones change. He his body type is different than Casasio. Casasio could be um more of an
Right.
ectomorph. You know what an ectomorph is, right?
The different built the statures of people. Yeah.
Right. So
Ectomorphs,
ectomorph,
endomorphs,
yeah,
mesomorph.
right. So the ectomorph is someone that's skinny, they can't gain weight. Like what you tell me about the girl, she can't, no matter what she eat,
Yeah.
she can't gain. You could be 50 years old and you still skinny. You know what I'm saying? It's just your
Yep.
metabolism is different. So just because you're the same height and the same reach doesn't mean the outcome is gonna be the same when it comes to weight. And the same thing goes with age. Yeah, your hormones change, but also you got to put in factor your body type. And you could be a
Right.
mixture of your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother, and you're just a different type of animal. You could be one of those people
Mm-hmm.
that's 50 years old and can eat anything and you can never gain weight. And like I talk to the brothers in the park, like we do
Mm-hmm.
calisthenics and stuff, and some of them dudes be like, yo, I do my cardio doing calisthenics because when I gain this muscle, when I go run, I lose this muscle. So they have a different way of working out. Where I'm a
Mm-hmm.
mesomorph, I could gain and lose weight. You see what I'm saying? I
Right.
could gain, depend on my diet. So it's not just hormones; it's also your body type. You're right. You're right about that.
Yeah. It's your genes. It's your genes. Like my brother, one of my brothers, he got two sons, right? He a big
Mhm.
guy. He can get muscles. He like your side. He a big guy. He can get muscles and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Uh,
And both of them take after him in so many ways. But one is a person that got to watch his weight, and the other one, he don't do nothing. He eat what he want. But like I said, the perfect thing about people who can gain weight, they see the telltale signs of any unhealthiness first. The person who don't
yeah,
lose weight, they're not thinking about it. It's just out of sight, out of mind. So they're not thinking about it because they thin and it's not affecting them socially. So if it ain't affecting you socially, and socially meaning everything, you getting the girl, you getting the guy, you going to parties, you trying to look good, all that good stuff affects you, especially when you're young. You won't notice if you're a thin person that your body going through hell right now. as much
Yeah,
as
your arteries.
you would
Yep, you
with a
will.
person
Because
who would gain weight.
right, your arteries, everything internal, you won't know because you just don't gain weight. But like, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
yeah. So Shakur, plus factor in this, y'all. I know this sounds crazy. Men go through stuff too when they have babies. Y'all do. You
I'm sorry.
froze up, my brother. But y'all do.
Okay.
Y'all go through stuff too when y'all have kids, especially your first kid.
Mhm.
Y'all can have that sympathy weight gain or whatever the hell they call it. Y'all go through
Right.
things too. Your body changes when you produce a kid. Everybody do. And so look at what's going on with his life. He just had
Exactly.
a kid. He just got married. His whole dynamics have changed. His
Probably
whole
he stays up at
perspective
night.
has changed in life in general.
Right. He probably
Mm-hmm.
stay up at night,
Probably
take care of
not
the kid.
getting mm-hmm.
You
Not
know what I'm
getting
saying?
his
And
normal practical sleep.
exactly.
That
The
could
baby's
affect him
crying.
too.
You got to get up and get the baby if the mother can't do it. And, a lot of things change, like you said, with a kid. So, but man, I was listening to you with Shakur and him losing the belt. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I was doing videos about him a long time ago fighting Devin. And did you see the fight?
Yeah.
Did you see the ending part where Keyshawn was instigating in the background in the ring, and he was like, "Just say his name. Just say his name." I saw this
Yeah.
nigga. Yeah, I seen this nigga instigate in the back, and as soon as Shakur said, "I want Devin Haney," that nigga snapped
Mm-hmm.
his fingers like, "Oh yeah, I'm happy," because that's the fight we need to see. We really need to see that.
Yep.
And I always say that, like my last video I made, I was talking about how um how they giving Lomachenko a chance to fight Devin Haney, where it should actually be Shakur fighting Devin Haney. And my reasons for that is because as a fan, we will see majority of the fights if we see it that way. Because you know why? I feel like Bob Arum would not give Shakur Stevenson the chance to fight Lomachenko if Lomachenko beats Devin Haney. And I mean, that's my personal opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that he feels that Lomachenko is more marketable. That's his opinion. You see where I'm coming from? So when I see him at 130 and he says, well, those other two fighters that Shakur don't need to fight him because we don't need him to be undisputed because no one doesn't know Joe Conceda and what's the other guy, Ramirez or whatever. Right now it's Hector Garcia. That's the WBA champion at 130 now. But before him, it was somebody else. I think it was Ramirez and Joe Cadena. I don't know,
Yeah.
one of those. But he didn't.
Gutierrez.
Okay, it was Gutierrez, right? So
Yeah.
so right now, Bob Arum didn't want
What's
130.
up, bro?
He didn't want undisputed for 130 for Shakur. So I'm saying it's best if Shakur fights Devin, right? Instead of Loma.
Right.
Now, guess what? If Shakur beats Devin, then you could give Loma a chance with Shakur. And that works out for the fans because then the fans could get to see maybe a trilogy or maybe a rematch with Devin where Devin might have to re-sign with Bob Arum. Then we might see Shakur fight Devin. Then we might see Shakur beat Devin again, and we might see him fight Lomachenko. So that's kind of good for the fans. I mean, I like co-promotions, but the way this era is now, if you got all those fighters over there, Devin, Shakur, Loma, I might as well just see this over there, man. Just being honest,
Well, let me ask you this before I move to my bro ATL. Where you been, bro?
Man, I just got over COVID and shit. I'm at work now.
Oh,
How
okay.
you?
I feel you. I'm glad you okay. Speedy
Glad you're okay, bro.
recovery.
Glad you're okay.
What's going on
Hopefully
with
ain't
you, man?
no lingering shit.
Nah,
I
I'm
said, what's
good,
going
man.
on with you, Caps? But look, let me ask you this, Caps.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's fair that Shakur Stevens have to get in line now because he dropped those belts?
Well, I was doing a little bit of research because I saw a video with Fanon. I watch everybody, man, regardless if I like him or not. But he's talking about, yeah, I'm just saying, regardless. And he was talking about even though he dropped those belts, he actually relinquished because he didn't go for the hour or two to drop the weight. So he just gave the belts up. He didn't get stripped. That's what they're saying. That he didn't even take a chance to lose the weight. So I don't know if there's some kind of thing going on right. Yeah, I don't know if there's some kind of thing going on there with the rules where instead of getting stripped, he relinquished it, and that he still have a chance under the WBO to beat us. But I'm saying if you got the belt, then you could petition. You know what I'm saying for moving up and automatically fight Devin Haney. If you lost the belts, regardless if it's relinquished or stripped, you don't have the belts no more. How are you going to make a petition? I mean, if you petition for it before and then lost it, your petition should be valid if you relinquish it. But I don't know. I really don't know.
We can't even say in my opinion, we can't say, huh?
He just said he couldn't. He said he wasn't even going to try.
Right, but we got to be fair. We can't say he relinquished it, because what was going to happen if he didn't make weight? It's clear. And this is for every boxer, no matter who you are and what the weight division you're in. If you don't make the weight, you lost the belts, correct or not?
Correct.
Exactly.
So you can't. So for non saying that he actually relinquished it, now you're splitting hairs. In the end of the day, that's what was going to happen, regardless of what you had to say about it or not. If you don't make weight, it don't matter what you say. Them belts is gone. So like that's why I asked the question: is it fair for him to get in line? Because that's what's going to happen. Especially if they duck Devin, they're gonna duck Shakur. Period. You already see that shit.
Duck, goose.
But see, okay, just like Crawford, he could move up and fight Charlo. Okay, that's an automatic right there. But he's busy with Tim Tszyu. We understand that. So we don't know what that fight going to happen late at the end of next year. But my thing is that, Bob Arum, he got Loma, Devin, and Shakur. If he plays his cards right and he puts Shakur first, then the fans could see Shakur, Devin, maybe once, maybe twice. Then Devin gonna have to re-sign to Bob if he loses to Shakur. Then we could see Loma versus Shakur. Then we could see Devin. We could see Devin fight Loma. We could see all the fights.
But is Shakur with Bob Arum?
Shakur's with Bob Arum.
Or Jay Prince? Who is he with? He with Bob Arum?
Yeah.
And Jay Prince?
Who, Shakur?
Yeah.
Shakur's with Bob Arum, right?
Yeah, he with Bob. He under Top Rank, but I think his promoter is Jay Prince.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
but here's the thing with Devin Haney, he only got one more fight after the Cambosos fight. And Bob don't got Devin no more, and Devin ain't running that back.
See, that's what I'm saying. If Bob play his cards right, he should put Shakur there to fight Devin. And if Shakur wins, then Devin got no choice but to sign back to Bob Arum if he wants that rematch. You see what I'm coming from?
They ain't gonna fight though. They grew up together.
But that's the problem. See, that's the problem, because I know Devin don't want to fight, because I already saw it on Boxing Voice a long time ago. He's like, I'm not ready for that fight right now, but it will happen in the future. Right now is now, though, because if he goes up, it's gonna happen. Now Shakur calling him out, but guess what? You ain't got no bargaining chip. You ain't got no WBO belt. So I'm like, do you really want the fight or not?
See, Bob,
crazy.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna turn it over to ATL. Bob could, like how you said, would be better off doing with Shakur, but you can say the same thing with Lomachenko, because Lomachenko lock, stock, and barrel to Bob.
No, this is the thing. If Lomachenko wins and beat Devin, I'm not seeing an in-house fight with Shakur Stevenson. I don't think Bob will let Loma even touch Shakur, because he's more marketable in his eyes. Believe what I say, yo. They gave that man a chance after losing. They gave that man a chance after losing to fight Devin Haney. They're not going to leave that face of boxing to Shakur. He's going to give it to Lomachenko. Best believe that shit.
Let me get this chat. Aaron said Shakur and Devin would be a pity pat fight, jab after jab after jab. We need a style different fight. That's what makes fights interesting. ATL, Welcome to the building. I ain't seen you, bro. You said you're getting over COVID and you back at work. How you been? You
Man,
know,
I feel
and
good, man.
speak on it.
I thought I was gonna goddamn be up out of here the last time, but
Oh
shit, I
shit,
made
damn,
it.
nigga.
Yeah, cause I got bronchitis already, and I already had the first wave. So
Shit.
I had the chill so bad, it just felt like I had a dumpster sitting on me for like fucking 4-5 days. I couldn't breathe.
Damn.
All that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they tried to
What you
send me
doing
back to work
differently?
in like 6 days. I was like, no, I'm staying the whole 14 out. I don't even feel good to go back to work. So
Yeah, take all the time to get your proper rest.
yeah, I did that last weekend. Like last week was my first full week of back to work. So I ain't do nothing last weekend before I went to work, and this weekend I didn't do nothing but get my rest. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. I feel bad. I feel like about 92% right now. So that's good for me and all the shit I done been through already. So
What you gonna do differently?
oh no, shit, I had my mask on a little bit more. That's about it. But I eat healthy and all the time. I'm on a carnivore diet now. I came off the keto and went to a carnivore diet. So I'm healthy, but that shit just smacked me out of nowhere one day, man. I'm watching TV day after Labor Day. That shit smacked me just out of nowhere. With the I had
I
fever.
think it's divine intervention. I think
What
it's
you think?
divine intervention. You know why? Cause you went on this healthy kick right before all this. Remember, you just went on this healthy kick, and
Yeah.
you was eating healthy and eating clean. Caps, when I tell you, my boy was over there eating clean, and then boom, out the blue, you get sick, and guess what? That probably sustained you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say that. If I wouldn't have had the little bit of extra energy that I did have, I probably would have been out of here. I ain't even gonna lie. I had I was in the hospital for 3 days. My kidney was shutting down because they couldn't break my temperature.
Shit.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah. That's a scary thing.
And I wasn't going to the hospital. My damn lady, she just like, you stubborn, man. I'm gonna call the ambulance on your ass. So I'm glad she did.
Did you get that bill back? Did you get that bill for the ambulance? Did you get it? Okay. I know people would be surprised how much an ambulance bill costs. Fuck,
That's like
I'd be like, how much?
$1,000. $1,000 out here where I'm at.
Damn. Caps,
how much was it?
Expensive. He said 1,000.
1,000.
Yeah, around 1,200.
1,200.
Yeah. 1,200, something like that.
Damn. Y'all think about that just for an ambulance call.
I ain't been catching your shows a lot because I'm on night shift now too.
Oh, you good? You good? I know you there in spirit and all that stuff. I'm glad to see that you got better.
I ain't got my foot in the door now, so I know when I can maneuver. I can catch you on there now. I'm still at my same job.
Look, make sure you wear your mask, Shawty. And to y'all who be thinking that the shot is a joke, don't think like that. I pray that y'all don't, because it's not a joke.
I ain't getting the jab. I'm sorry.
Come on, bro. You being stubborn.
I done seen too many people with the jab, but still, it's coming.
It's one of those things that it may very well help you.
Like my doctor say, the shit ain't going nowhere, so treat it like the flu.
It don't matter what medicines it don't matter what medicines they can ever give you in your lifetime. It may work, it may not. Everybody's different. But it's best to err on the side of caution.
I ain't do all the little extra stuff I did the first time I had it. I just let the shit go. Listen, I ain't really had no energy to do nothing anyway like last time.
Man, we too old to be catching that shit. All of us.
Right about that.
I be trying to stop smoking too. This is what I tell myself. I won't smoke before 3 p.m. every day. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And actually, in the end of the day, I haven't smoked. Like I've throttled back a lot.
Yeah, I told myself not for New Year's, but before the end of the year, I'm gonna stop.
One day it's gonna be like I ain't smoke at all because I'm down to one. I smoke Swishers, right? And
Damn.
I'm down to one per day. I don't even smoke a whole one no more. I could go back before that. I could go through 3, maybe 4 a day. Believe it or not,
Damn.
I'm down to one, and I was really like half of one because by the time I get off the show, I be forgetting, and then at 10 o'clock at night, I just stop. So that's what I'm doing to try to pull back on the smoking. I don't know how I'm gonna do the other smoke. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna rectify
I ain't
that
even
shit.
stopping that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I am neither. I know I don't come behind nobody. I be like, man, you gotta have your own, and I have my own. We ain't sharing. That's the only thing. But yeah, I wear my mask. I be forgetting sometimes. I know here lately I've been getting lackadaisical with it, but I'm gonna ramp it back up because just
Yeah,
when you
because
start slipping, you
the
know,
numbers,
whatever.
numbers is
Yeah,
back high. They just ain't talking about shit.
they hide in certain areas.
That's the crazy part.
They hide in certain areas, and certain
From
areas
what
because I
I've
know Joe Biden has come out to say it's kind of a diminishing factor with the COVID, like COVID pretty much going away, and everybody
no,
gonna beat him up because as long as it's a COVID case or two, they're gonna be like he ain't know what he was talking about. But overall, what he's saying is that it is getting better, but you know we still gotta do our part until it's totally in a sense of eradication. Eradication is not saying that something has gone away. The polio has not gone away. Cholera has not gone away. And we eradicated that shit a long time ago. But it's
Right.
still out there, you
Yeah.
know. But we just did shit so we don't be contagious, you know, like we were. But you know, like cholera broke out in the last Haiti earthquake. Did y'all know that? How the fuck in the year 2020 anything or 19? I can't remember when that earthquake was, that massive earthquake they had last. But 2000 anything, how is folks dying of cholera? Think about it.
Damn.
That shit go back centuries. We eradicated that shit. But look what happened.
maybe
No
you gotta hear
running
something.
water. The
Yep.
environment was conducive enough to kick that shit back up. Then you got people out there that don't vaccinate at all. God bless them. That's all I can say. Lord, God bless them. I don't understand that at all. Like I ain't giving my kid a shot. ATL fella, I'll be like, I ain't giving. What the fuck? You ain't giving your kid a shot. What did you talk about? Shit. And then okay, cool. Don't give your kid a shot. They can't go to school with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took the shot. You still get it, but hey, if you get the shot, you might not get it as so bad to go into the hospital. You never know. So I guess I had to
Yeah.
do it mandatory for my job. So it was horrible. I waited to the last minute, but I did it.
It's a lot of people that talked all that shit and wind up, oh, it is something you would do that shot for. There's some people who be like, man, I just got this job for 50 some thousand or 60,000. They's like, I gotta get the shot. Then their ass be the main one in the line. But when they was
Mm-hmm.
working for 20,000, they talking all that shit. I can't respect that. Cause it wouldn't matter what you threw at me. If I don't believe in taking the shot, I ain't getting it. Hey, Ray News
Right.
shot this out to you, ATL. He said, God bless you and your family and remarry that queen, ATL. Wifey got your back. That's dope.
Appreciate that.
Exactamundo. Exactamundo. But what you got on the, I know you watched it this weekend. What you got on that whole thing with Shakur, the weight, the fight? He did excellent, by the way, y'all, in my opinion. He dog walked the shit out of the steakhouse.
Yeah, he did. I was kind of I was disappointed at first because I watched it live. I watched the weigh-in live, but then when he actually said what he said and broke it down, I was like, okay, well, shit. As long as he good with it, I'm good with it. Shit, I want to see this ass whip him. So
Mm-hmm.
I
I
was
think he
cool with
broke
it.
it down more
Yeah,
in
he broke
the
it all the
post
way
press
down.
conference.
Yeah,
and
he was like, he
he got
tried
a
to make
video
it.
out there now
He said
explaining.
he tried to make it. His body just wouldn't allow him to make it. You know, he said he wasn't. He didn't even try to. He had 2 hours to try to make the weight. He said he didn't even want to do it. He said he knew he couldn't make it. It's time to move up.
Which it's open panel now, y'all. I mean,
But
like I asked Captain G, you think it's fair to ask, or criticize him, constructive criticism,
yeah, my only criticism is the WBO belt.
which he been getting. I know he didn't like it.
Right. But
Mm.
listen, the way I see, and Crustaceo, I just heard from one of the videos, one of the channels that he beat Lomachenko in the Olympics. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I've
You
seen
know,
that.
so you seen that, right?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I was like, wow. I learn something every day. That's why I
I
listen to friends. I'm still learning. So
about I had a theory about why Shakur fought him, and I thought because he actually won against Valdez, and so he didn't want that hanging over like what Kaseka really beat Valdez. So who'd you really beat? So I think Shakur was just cementing his dominance over his wins by going back and reaching for Kaseka, which was cool. But once they started fighting, I thought Kaseka was, probably gave Shakur his toughest fight. I don't know how y'all feel about it
but
because he
yo,
fought him. I mean, and he hurt him.
yeah, yeah.
He popped
And
him.
a lot of people saying, "Oh, Chicago got hit a lot." Yeah, he got his pieced up a little bit here and there, but Devin Haney gets hit. Tank Davis get hit
Mm-hmm.
until he counter,
Mm-hmm.
until he counter knocks you out. But they all get hit. He said he's gonna go back, refine his tools, and just look at the fight, and he said he's gonna do better than what he did. So they growing, man. But the thing I don't like is the thing. Hello?
What'd you say?
No, I said the only thing I don't care to talk about is Tank versus Shakur, Tank versus Devin, because I don't think Tank is going to fight any of those dudes. Um, Mayweather said in-house fights. Then Tank talking about I never called none of those dudes out on this podcast. I was like, you know what? Let me just keep Tank out right now and just worried about Devin Haney and Shakur because I just don't see him fighting. I see him clout chasing to fight Shakur like he was clout chasing with Devin Haney, but he's gonna end up fighting Isaac Cruz at the end of the day.
You think so? I don't even think Tank want to go back there. So ATL, who you think Shakur should face? That was a good question given to me by the Queen, Miss Tiara. What both of y'all? Who you think Shakur should face next? Caps, you kind of said he think Devin and him should do it first. Then I guess add in Loma. What you think, ATL?
I think I don't think it should be Devin right away because of what I heard them both talk about in the little post show they played this weekend. So they really wasn't really, I guess, adamant about fighting each other. But the something that I think that'll get the fans' eyes. I think somebody like Pitbull Cruz or somebody like that.
And that's
I
what
don't.
Manny Pac.
It's
That's not
nobody else really that I could think about in 135 that will really make no sense
Shakur.
besides Devin or Pitbull. I think him and Loma, he'll do the same shit to Loma that he did to Valdez. Um, so I that wouldn't really be nothing I wanted to watch. So my best fight I think he would have will be against Pitbull Crew because Pitbull Crew is a more pressure fighter and he's gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
goddamn fight or run.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you know why
people.
he what? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Caps. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm saying I think Pitbull was with Manny Pacquiao and Sean Gibbons, so I think that fight could happen. I
Yeah.
mean,
But
Yeah,
even though Pitbull is with Manny Pacquiao, is he considered a PBC fighter?
I'm sorry. Say again. Is he?
Like when because Manny Pacquiao don't have. I mean, I don't. Manny Pacquiao production, promotions, I don't know. But what network is Manny attached to? I don't know. But is it when Pitbull Cruz when he fight, is it under the PBC umbrella?
Well, I thought
Is
that
he a PBC
I think
fighter?
so. I think
what
he is a PBC fighter.
yeah, I thought that when he fought when he went over there to fight um because he went over to PPC to fight Mayweather and he didn't get that fight. But I think that in that contract he wanted one of his fighters to fight in the PBC, and I think that's why we got that fight with Isaac Cruz and Tank Davis. Yeah, that's
You
what I
know why
thought.
we not gonna get?
Huh?
You know why we not gonna get a Loma fight with Shakur? Because this is my, I could be wrong, but Loma, like you say, he the one that want to market. He wants to market him for the duration. Loma is what Bob Arum to his career is done. You can already see that shit. And Bob likes Loma better than he likes everybody else. There ain't no harm fight. Bob has the right to like who he want to like and promote who he want to promote. But you know that he gonna roll with Loma every time. Devin has a chef life with Bob. One more fight and he done. And I don't think Devin running that shit back. Because Devin
No.
got what he wanted and was undisputed. So what the hell else Bob can give him? Not a goddamn thing.
Well,
Devin gonna try.
If Loma beats Devin, I think he will run it back. And my thing is, a lot of people say he's going to move up, but if he moves up, the first person he got to see is Gary Antoine Russell, and people forget about that. They got some beef.
Yeah, but actually, Devin got a lot of choices moving up because he's moving from undisputed into another weight class. He got a lot of choices. Who got the WBO at 140? D Young was popping. King says salute, Queen. Salute to you too, D. Who got the WBO at 140?
Oh man, I can't even remember right now off the top of my head. I can't remember. But
Is it Josh Taylor still? No, women. Josh
Josh,
Taylor
I
had to
thought
drop
he
the
undisputed, right?
WBA. What's up?
Ain't Josh Taylor undisputed?
Not no more. He had to drop some belts.
Yeah,
Oh, for real?
I'm gonna say, and that's because he wanted to. Ain't nobody took shit from him.
Okay.
So I think he still got the WBO. So Devin could go up and face him, as y'all always say. That's the only belt where you can go and activate a mandatory for the next weight class. You could get it, but if you haven't, you can't be the super like WBO scene. I don't know how new this is, but they got the super champion, right? Because that's what Terrence is. So Terrence can literally drop his belt, go straight up to Charlo, and that would be the next fight. Like he's ahead in line privilege. Providing we know that they just signed the contract for Tszyu, right? For January with him and Charlo.
Right.
But right after that, if Charlo beats Tszyu, which I think he will, go ahead, Caps.
No, you're right. If he beats Tszyu, then later on in the year, he could end up fighting Crawford. But I'm hearing that Crawford is a global. I'm hearing some global shit with the WBO where he don't got no mandatory for 18 months. So a year is up in November. A year is up in November. So that means if it's 18 months, the next fight is somewhere around April or some shit like that. If he wants to.
That could be the rematch. When Crawford beat the hell out of Spence. ATL.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I don't know.
The April could be the rematch.
There's gonna be a lot of ugly faces around here.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a lot of slow singing, flowers bringing.
But you think that fight gonna happen? And how do you feel a 1 month they telling you this in 1 month that they're gonna fight each other? How do you feel about that?
I know you already on the Caps. I was thinking just like you. I said 2 months. They don't say the 2 months. The shit gonna look fishy to me. The shit is gonna look fishy, and it's already fishy.
Yeah, man.
I see. Crawford's sister. I think one of Errol Spence fans said, "Come on, Errol, say something on Twitter." And what's her Letitia, she was like, "Yeah, Errol Spence, say something. How you gonna explain this one?" He took everything. He took the guarantee. He took the zero guarantee. He took the 65-35. Please explain on Twitter how this fight ain't happening. So I'm just watching to see what happens next with
Oh,
that
she
fight.
said that?
Oh yeah, on Twitter.
She said 65-35.
Huh?
She said 65-35.
No. What they're saying that he took everything. He took everything. The 35. This is what Blue Blood said. That Crawford said to Blue Blood that he took everything. And how are you going to explain now that the fight ain't going to happen? And one of Errol Spence fans said on Twitter, "Can you just come out and say something?" And then Errol said, "Do you want me to really come out and say something?" And then had an emoji and laughing out loud or some shit. And then the next thing you know, Lucretia down in Twitter said, "Yeah, explain this, Errol." So I'm like, I'm waiting for that explanation.
Look, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no beef with Blue Blood. But let's be realistic. Do you think that Crawford is going to talk to him? I'm just being realistic. No beef with him.
No. I understand. Well, I'm thinking that he's an Errol Spence fan, and I'm saying that he said that he bumped into Crawford in the 7-Eleven coincidentally in Newark, and from there, that's when Crawford looked him dead in the eye and told him, "Yo, I'm the only one trying to make this fight." That's what he told him, and Blue just said what Crawford told him. So I mean, I don't believe Blue say, that, but from an Errol Spence fan to say that, I mean, I don't know, man. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, under those circumstances, yeah, but I take it with a grain of salt only because of how they, that he ain't on their list of favorite people. But go ahead.
But Blue said that Terence Crawford said it's not Errol Spence that don't want to fight. He said he wants to fight. He says the people behind him don't want to fight. So it's not Errol scared. That's far from my mind. Errol ain't scared. That's not a problem. It's just that the machine behind him don't want to fight. So that's what he's trying to say. He said, "No, Errol wants to fight, but it's the people behind him that don't want to fight." So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm waiting to hear what Errol said because, like I said, we're gonna know if he fights Keith Thurman and not Bruce Ennis, because Bruce Ennis is supposed to come first. He's the mandatory for 3 years after he beat Campo. After Errol Spence beat Campo, he's supposed to fight his IBF mandatory for 3 years. So if he does not fight Crawford and he ends up fighting Keith Thurman, well, now we know that he had to pay Stanley Donius money under the table to get out that tournament, right? Again. And then he's got to do something with the IBF, because why are you not fighting Bruce if that's your mandatory? That's Crawford voluntary. You be voluntary, but actually that's your mandatory. So I think he comes first before Keith Thurman. But look where Keith Thurman at. He all the way up in the rankings out of nowhere. And I'm like, this shit is scripted.
Yeah, I mean, we know the empty suits be getting involved when they shouldn't. But Stanionis got paid step aside and supposedly had a contract to fight Spence next. So I don't know who come first, Stanionis or Boots. Then at the end of the day, like I said, I'm proud of Earl in a minute as far as like he ain't saying his usual crazy shit. Like he's actually making a concerted effort, as far as I can see right now, of not saying the crazy shit that drive people crazy. People who are not hypnotized by him and shit. And right. That's cool. People like ATL. but that's cool. That's cool. But in the end of the day, I think the fight maybe will go down. I don't think we're gonna get a notice. I don't think Earl would be checked. I don't think. And look, who had on the snack this weekend? I was like, oh, you was snack too? Who was new to snack? Is it Keyshawn?
I think Keyshawn,
yeah. But it was some old people cropping up that snack. And I was like, oh Lord, look at that. Let me see what they gonna say about that one. Because they had a fit when it was Crawford.
Right. Devin Haney was snack. I don't know.
Oh, I'll be waiting on your videos, Caps, when you do the the suspicious nature of Errol Spence and Crawford, because right now the Crawford's last fight, he did Nevada. Crawford is up to date with Nevada. Earl is not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna
I
say
ain't
anything.
trying to pick ATM.
I ain't
Trying to
saying
pick.
nothing. I'm just waiting for. I thought this week the fight was going to be announced. If this fight ain't announced this week and is announced in October, once it's announced, that's when VADA and all the everything starts. Training, everything starts. So I'm just like I'm not stepping over. I ain't stepping on my dick. I'm just going to chill and wait and see what happens. That's basically it.
We say
I'm,
ATM.
I'm an Errol Spence fan all day, every day. But I ain't been holding my goddamn breath. All this shit I've been hearing, I ain't believe none of that shit because I ain't seen shit come from Terrence Crawford mouth. I ain't seen shit official from Errol Spence. I ain't seen nothing official. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just chilling right now. I'm waiting for fucking October the 15th to see goddamn Devin Haney, Clarissa Shields, and goddamn Deontay Wilder. I'm waiting for that day. I ain't even worried about damn Spence and Crawford right now.
I can't wait for Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. You right, brother, on that. Woo, I can't wait for that fight.
What y'all think about that fight on that date? Like, y'all think they could have did better and picked?
Yeah,
because that's an all girl card. That's almost like they dooming them to failure. Do y'all think the same way?
I'm not hating on the all girl card because the all girl card they got is fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm hating on that they got all three of them fighting on the same fucking day.
Right, exactly. I'm the same with you, man.
Three different
say Crawford don't career with PBC fighter. Don't what career with PBC fighter? I'm not sure. Can you clarify that, bro? But no, what I'm saying is you got Wilder and Helenius. It's the fact that it's Wilder, it's gonna be a big night for that card. Then you got Kambosos and Devin Haney, another big night. And both of them coming on at the same time. And Clarissa shit starts at 2. Do y'all think they picked the wrong date for them?
Yes.
I do.
But the thing about Wilder, he can knock this dude out in no time. We can move on to the next fight. You know what I'm saying?
We got to get to him, though. It's going to be 4 fights or 3 fights before him. Huh?
Oh, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to be flipping back and forth each goddamn channels and shit. Like, how this shit gonna work out?
Exactly. I think they could have. They should have moved the girls to the day before. You gonna diminish their ability to make money, and they fighting at the O2 arena.
Exactly.
But they start.
You think people gonna really come out?
But they start at 2:00, right? American time.
Yeah, because it's gonna be in the UK start about 2.
2 o'clock our time. 2 o'clock our time, which is 6. They are 6 hours ahead of us. So it's 8 o'clock their time.
All right, so that I don't think you know what, I don't know the time difference because I'll fight that late at night, like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, right?
I'll start at 9 on the East Coast, but then you have Kambosos in there.
Remember last time it was late, like at night, like 12 at night or some shit. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but when I read the schedule, I think I got it up right now, and I updated it. So then when I say Chris 8th, that's going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The schedule tells you in Eastern Standard Time. So Shields versus Marshall is October 15th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is like approximately 8 o'clock or something like that, UK time, and that's where they're going to be. Wilder versus Helenius is on Fox at 9 p.m., which is 9 p.m. We already on American time. Now, Haney versus Kambosos, I don't know what time it is in Australia, but it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the Wilder fight or card and the Haney card both starting at the same time. And it's kind of like ATL said, we're going to be flipping back and forth.
Right.
By the time Clarissa and her girl Marshall finish fighting, that's when the card of Haney and all them going to start.
Yeah, prelims going to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Who you
But
got for? Go ahead.
but I was gonna say they in the UK at the O2 Arena. You know everybody who could have came to the O2 Arena to see them fight is probably gonna want to be sitting at home watching the Wilder fight in
Right.
Hernandez or the Haney
Hmm. So who you got,
in
Clarissa
O2.
or Marsha?
Of
I
course,
got
of course,
Clarissa.
I go with Clarissa.
Yeah, I
Even
got
if I
Clarissa.
thought she would lose,
I
I don't think she'll lose.
I got Clarissa Shields too, man. But I'm just I don't know what's going on with Savannah. I've been watching her fights, but like you can't really because of her competition. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like it's not like Clarissa Shields competition. So
Nah, nowhere near.
yeah. So
But
Nowhere near.
That Michaela Meyer and Baumgartner, I want to see
That's gonna be a good fight.
that shit too.
They talking
Yes,
shit, but
Lord.
that's gonna be a
I
good
got
fight.
they to talk way too much shit. Yeah,
Got to
they
see
to
that
talk
one.
way too much shit. I got to see that. Most definitely. And yeah, y'all know we got some good ones coming up. I don't know what this Fundora and Ocampo. I don't even care to see it.
Hey,
And this Paro versus Jarvis.
you
That's
gonna be on Saturday? Not, no, ain't nobody fighting. I'm talking about that Saturday they fight.
this Saturday.
No, on the 15th.
Y'all almost definitely I'll probably be on.
Who's fighting this
Yeah,
weekend?
probably if that's Saturday, wait a minute, 14, 13, 12. Yeah, my birthday that Tuesday before that Saturday.
Oh, okay. Anybody
You
fighting
can
this
most
weekend?
definitely. That's a whole lot of fights on the 15th.
No, I'm talking about anybody
Let me go back to it. Anybody who?
fight this weekend.
What'd you say? Oh, this weekend. Uh Chris Eubanks and Ben.
Oh
No,
yeah.
that's October 8th. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
okay, okay.
October 8th. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say I
Yeah.
want to see this too.
yeah.
Yeah, who fighting this? It's gotta be a fight coming up this weekend, right? It don't say it on the schedule.
Oh damn.
Now I updated it. Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
the next big fight we're gonna be on the 8th with Chris Eubank and Connor Ben. And also on the 8th, it's gonna be Fundora and Ocampo on Showtime. That's for the free. That's starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, that undercard must suck like a motherfucker because they starting at 10. I'm telling you, man, they better get it together with their undercards. They
Yeah,
better
you
get it
got fun
together with their
door.
undercards, man.
Looking on some bullshit.
How the
I
fuck
like
I'm gonna
fun.
look at Ocampo fight anybody after Earl Spence dispensed with his ass? I can't. I don't think I want to watch him.
So
Like
wait,
I was like, where they put this motherfucker at? Hmm?
Alcantara's fighting for Dora?
Yeah, man, come on. You know Fundora gonna kill him.
Oh Lord. Oh
I'm a
Lord.
Better be lucky if he gonna live through that shit.
So 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 if Errol Spence go up to 154, you got to look out for that man too.
Well,
Fundora, right?
154. Did
Spencer beat
Ocampo
the hell
move?
out of
Wait a
him.
minute. You know what? I wasn't even thinking about that. Ocampo must have moved up because Fundora is at 154. I don't think that mother can get no skinnier than what he is. I hope not. I don't want to see it if he can.
Earl beat that man
Fundora,
body.
that is.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. I was going to do a video on him because Fundora he likes to fight in the inside. You can't do that with Errol Spence. Errol Spence will kill you.
Yeah.
And he's so he got a lot of tools. I don't know. You know I think he's just gonna mess himself up trying to do the inside fight with Spence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just needs to stick and move, and then tenderize Spence head, and then come in and do it. But he's not like that. He said he loves fighting on the inside, so you're gonna lose Spence to that. To get that, yo.
To be so tall
Man,
and lanky.
Mhm.
finna leave y'all, man. I gotta go back in this building.
All right, be
You know,
safe, my nigga. Put that mask on.
already, man. I'll holler at you, Miss T. All right,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna
We
holler at
love you.
y'all, man.
Take care, bro.
You too.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we
Yeah,
Fundora, man, that dude.
but see,
He's
he
so
can move
damn
up.
lanky.
Yeah, but he could move up. He could move up like Roy Jones, and he could end up looking like Tyson Fury, moving up, being so damn big. Because
How
from
old is this
150,
dude?
I think he's 23.
What? Oh shit. Let me look this nigga up.
Yeah,
If
this
he
guy's
that goddamn young man,
yeah,
people
he
gonna
gonna
be
be
hurt.
yeah, he gonna be around a long time. People sleeping on that man right there. But for Noro, I like him, but I think that he needs to just use his tools and because you see when Lubin knocked him down, I wonder if he learned anything from that. When Lubin dropped him. But he got so many tools, he's just thinking about fighting on the inside. And I'm like, damn, bro, you could really do some damage on the outside. Let Errol Spence or anybody work themselves inside you. Just don't give up your range and your distance. You're just giving it up because you have to fight in the inside. So, I was gonna make a video about that dude, because I think he's gonna be around a long time.
The Tower of Inferno. He
Yeah, I call him the cheat
born
code.
on he
How old is
he
he?
born December 28th, 1997. Dude is 25 years old
Oh,
this
he's
year.
25.
He'll
Oh,
be 25.
he'll be 25. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be around. He's gonna be. I can see him moving up divisions like Roy and just man. I can see this guy growing into his body. Like he's gonna be around a long time. He's gonna be a
Yeah.
champ. I can think he's
Look,
gonna be a champ.
if you got to go through him, whew, I
Yeah,
don't know what the fuck to tell you.
him and his sister.
I even wonder about that shit with Charlo. Because
Yeah,
you would think he's so skin and bones. You get to
I-
hitting him hard and shit. Like you think you can hurt him, but nah. This dude fist probably bigger than my head.
yeah. This dude looked like an ectomorph all the way. This
Yeah,
guy's skinny.
exactly.
He looked like he
Like,
gonna gain weight because remember when he said, "I'll go down to fight Spence to 147." I was like, "What? How you gonna go down to
nigga,
147 to fight
how is
Spence?"
you gonna make if you make 147? I'm mad at the whole fucking world. How the fuck you be that goddamn tall and drop that much weight? Because every inch can carry like between 10 to 15 pounds. How the fuck it
Exactly.
ain't affecting you? Like, how the fuck is he gonna he already skinny, he ain't got nothing else. What he like 3% body fat? So I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
Yeah,
I don't know. But he's gonna be around a long time, I think, and he's gonna be a problem if he fights on the outside. If he fights on the outside, but if he
what's the
fights,
crazy thing
huh?
is, I said what the crazy thing is if Spence beat Crawford, if that was to miraculously happen and he moves up, and he do well, I think Spence will get his belts, and I think Spence will be done with boxing. I don't really see the point unless he just got it in him that he always wanted to fight. I don't get that sense about him. I don't get no fear, nothing. He ain't no punk. He ain't no scrub. I'm not saying none of that. I just don't think my vibe from him, he already know in his head, and it ain't our business to know how long he gonna be fighting. Like he got a shelf life that he already know right now. And I think some fighters be like, it's so embedded in them, like a Floyd. Floyd kept saying, "I'm gonna stop," but Floyd, he do a lot of shit that makes sense. Like he just do when it come to boxing. Floyd, he know he can't fight these lions no more. So he do the next best thing. He's still in the ring. He still get that crowd participation. You gotta wean a motherfucker off of that shit if that's their high. And for Floyd, that's his high. Having the crowds flock to see him and making big paycheck. This nigga making more money than active fighters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Floyd
And
is amazing.
but Crawford,
Did
I
you
feel like,
see?
huh? Uh-huh.
No, I was just gonna add this. Did you speaking of Floyd, did you see the Japanese dude threw the flowers in front of him? But go ahead with
No, I did see that was very disrespectful,
say
man. That
about
was
Crawford and then
that,
segue
that
into Floyd.
no,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but that was disrespectful what they did to Floyd, yo. And I'm a big Manny Pacquiao fan, but that was disrespectful. I think that fighter that he fought was Manny Pacquiao fighter, the Japanese dude.
He's
Yeah,
an
he was.
MMA fighter.
Yeah, he's an MMA fighter. But let me explain something. That MMA fighter and those 2 rounds before Mayweather knocked him out, he was catching Floyd. I was like, and
Yeah,
and,
he
and to tell you,
was.
yeah, and he's a southpaw too. And then
Mm-hmm.
the next fight that he's supposed to fight, I think he's supposed to fight KSI brother DJ. He's a southpaw too. So I'm like, why is this guy fighting so many southpaws? And I'm like, is this a sub to fight Manny Pacquiao? I'm just thinking like, what's going on? But Mayweather said, I'm done. I'm not fighting anymore. No more professional fighters. I'm just making money and I'll retire. And I respect him for that.
Yeah.
I respect him. Even though I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan,
They
you have the right
professional
to retire.
fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did his time. So if he doesn't want, the only thing is, I felt like he should have fought Manny. Everybody still want to see that fight, regardless what
Well,
nobody
that's
says.
what Blue
That's the
Blood, I
only
think.
fight. That's the only fight that's going to make a lot of money, more than any of those other
But
fights. I'm going to tell you that.
I seen the thumbnail. I was gonna say Blue Blood. I'm not for certain, but I seen a thumbnail just scrolling through YouTube today that said Floyd and Manny gonna do the Manny too. But I've heard too that Floyd was gonna fight Conor McGregor too. Floyd said it best in his Jim Gray interview about Manny Pacquiao. I know that's your guy, but he said I don't want to do business with them no more. Because Manny did come off like a sore loser. If you just stating the facts, Manny Pacquiao had his hands up, was hit, shadow hitting, like how he rapidly throw them punches before the bout, the whole fight, he was throwing his hands, and at the end he raised his hand like he thought he won. And let me tell you, I've experienced a torn rotator cuff. You can't, I know and mine was so minor. But the pain, man, you ain't doing all that shit. And so Floyd was like, why you saying it like, why you, go ahead. Nah, that's what Floyd was saying to Jim Gray. He said, I don't want to do no business with them no more. But go ahead.
Right. But, I don't know what hand he rolls, if it was a rotator cuff or the other hand. I don't know, but like I said, I love Manny Pacquiao. I'm a big fan, but I don't like the excuses. Even when he lost to Ugas, I came out with a video saying, hey, it happened. He lost. A lot of people, they don't do that, man. They just, they make excuses for the fighter. I say, hey, he lost. I mean, yeah, he got a 2-week notice and everything, but Manny say, I fight a lot of orthodox fighters and it's no problem. But see, Manny always saying there's no problem. And the problem is that you get got a lot. When you was with Top Rank and you was on your way out, you got by Bob Arum Duco Promotions in Australia. And the referee allowed headlocks, suplexes, DDTs, elbows, low blows, headbutts, and that's why this man beat Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn. So that happened. And then when you went to the PBC, you expected to fight Manny Pacquiao, which I give you respect for doing that, because every champion should do a rematch. I mean, come on, everybody know if they fight again, that's going to be a big fight. Regardless if the first fight was boring, regardless if you think Floyd beat Manny, I think Floyd beat Manny. But still, you got to give another man an opportunity. And that's why Manny went over there to fight all the young bloods. He fought Mayweather's mandatory Keith Thurman. So it is what it is. Manny, he's just like, listen, if you can make the weight, I can fight you. That's basically it with him. So I give my respects to Manny.
He's starting to go on a campaign. He's starting to go on a campaign now. He wants the exhibition fight too.
Right. Well, hey, I respect that, but Floyd did it first. But I respect that too. If you retire, get that money. That's what Mayweather said. If you pay, I'm gonna play. It's just that simple. I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it. A lot of channels never even did a live, on that exhibition fight. But I'm watching Mayweather and he's getting hit from this Japanese dude a couple of times, and then I'm like, yo,
he hit him?
Yeah, he hit him a couple of times too. Yeah, and I'm like, bro,
right before he knocked him out, right before Mayweather knocked his ass out, he lunged. Boy, I was like, God damn. I was like, damn, Mayweather, I know he's felt that shit and was like, oh shit. But see, I think the guys that he fought over there, those are real young, hungry lions. They're considered to be the best of the best, or the creme de la creme over there in Japan. And they just, who don't want the opportunity to get in there and fight Mayweather, because from the outside, he's so good that he make it look like it's simple and easy. So it's a lot of people, whether they're novice experts or real professional boxers, that be like, yo, man, I can get him. I definitely know I can get him. But when you
But
get in there, it's a whole nother.
it's a whole nother story. But that was disrespectful to throw those flowers like that at him. But everybody's coming to see him lose. See, Mayweather's smart. Everybody hates him, and he knows that you want to see me lose. So no matter what, you're going to pay for me to play until I lose. And it's a gamble, but it is what it is. Now, I think he's going to fight the exhibition fight in November. I thought he was clout chasing because of Crawford and Errol Spence was going to come out in November. So I was like, come on, man, you're going to fight in November when Errol Spence and Crawford going to fight? I'm like, oh, this guy clout chasing with another exhibition fight, because every time when Wilder came out, an exhibition fight. When this one came out, an exhibition fight, but it never happened. But I'm hearing this one's going to happen, fighting DJ KSI brother. And I hope everything's all right, because I mean, I don't know. You know where he could make a lot of money? I don't know if you know this boxer, right? He's a new boxer. He fought 2 times. But it's a guy from the Philippines. His name is Salt Pappy. Have you heard of him? Pappy Salt Pappy? Yeah, this guy.
How old is he?
He's young. He's like, I think, in his 20s, but he got a mean pull counter. And he be knocking niggas out, yo. He if you go look him up, he's pretty good. But I'm just saying, if he was to fight somebody like that, hey, if you ain't fighting Manny, I'm pretty sure the whole Philippines would be behind Salt Pappy. You could make more money that way too. I mean, if they want to
but it ain't. But at this point, Cass, I gotta disagree a little bit. I'll give you a little pushback. Mayweather don't need to be. It's about the money. It's great because that's just play money. He gonna take that money and play with it because that's what he do. But it ain't even gotta be about the money. I really do believe he's exercising his demons, trying to wean himself off of the thrill of just walking down, getting dressed, having the cup on, the wrapping of the hands, the getting in the ring, the whole pomp and circumstance that surrounds having a match. Actually, for him, on his scale, he getting lowballed, but it's really a big ass scale because it's exhibition, and that's more than some fighters get who are actively pros. And like for instance, Errol Spence, who don't seem to make more than $2 million. Mayweather getting $8 million up front guarantee, not to mention what you're getting on the back end. I would say don't fight nobody young. And
but
Pacquiao might surprise everybody if they fought again. So and no matter if they call it an exhibition or not, they gonna want to put that on the record if you fight Pacquiao. Even if they don't do it legally, they will put it on the record. The fans will. So I would say Mayweather, quit while you ahead, because you got a taste of Pacquiao's explosive, out the blue crack. That motherfucker hit you in the 4th and the 6th round, and I was like, oh no, oh no.
And
Pacquiao popped his ass.
Yeah, but I get the excuse. I mean, Mayweather wants his fix. He wants the spotlight. He wants to be in the ring. I understand what you're saying. He's not going to get over that until somebody give him one lick in his ass, and then he's going to fall. Pause. But I'm just saying, he's going to get that feeling when he hits the ground, and then he probably be like, okay, it's over now. But until then, he's still going to do these exhibition fights. And I like when people say, well, Mayweather is older than Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, but there's a chronological age and there's a biological age. You waited till Manny Pacquiao to get knocked out by Marquez, to lose a couple of times, and then decide to say, well, you know what, this nigga's speed is dropping. I think I could deal with him at this time. So
see, I don't think it was that cast. I gotta give you push back, brother. He loved Pacquiao. I love Mayweather. I'm sit there and be quiet when Caps pontificate on this boy Pacquiao. I'm like, hold on now. You going down a one-way street on this one. Nah, they wasn't in the same weight class when a lot of the bravado started, the beating of the chest, the calling folks out. It was in 2 different weight classes. So this like me looking at I never even factored Shakur Stevenson into the equation of all the top-notch 135 pounders. And now I'm doing it, but that's now because obviously he ain't a 130 no more. And we saw that when he didn't make weight. So now I can factor him in. But before that, no, you 130 until you not. And that's how I see the Pacquiao and Floyd. Pacquiao was not in his weight class. He was, in a sense, doing it better than how your boy Ryan Garcia. You see how Ryan used other dudes' names, kind of like a bitch. He really doing it like a bitch. Like, you know how women. I'm sorry, look, bitch in a nice way, ladies. We are bitches in a nice way. What I'm saying, you know how we'll say, like, if I'm married to you, I'll be like, I'm Mrs. Capson G Fool.
Right.
You know, I'm Mrs. Capson Full G. You know, I can't just say my name T.
Right.
You know, Miss Full G, but T Full G. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go Mrs. Caps and Full G. You know, that's how Ryan does it. And I'm like, ask the nigga to marry you already. But Pacquiao didn't do it like that. Pacquiao was doing it for that day, like calling him out. See, this nigga scared. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd, like, why Floyd don't pay attention to somebody a couple of weight classes behind him? It is only when it got closer and closer to when they actually fought, was it even a relevant thing to even pontificate about whether or not they was going to meet up and all that. Plus, they 2 years apart, kind of like Earl and Bud. 2 years ain't shit.
Nah, 2 years ain't shit.
2 years ain't shit to even talk about age.
So let me ask you, how long you thought they was waiting? Because everybody's saying the fight was taking about 4 or 5 years. So factor in that you're saying that he was a weight below. How long you thought that fight was, simmering? 5 years, 4 years, 3 years?
That fight was like, it was like, I called them two, as I'm gonna put it this way, because we could say, people can legitimately say Pacquiao was playing games. People can legitimately say Mayweather's playing games, depending on how you see it. So to avoid all that, because everybody's gonna be biased and people gonna see it how they see it. So to avoid all that, let's look at the actual factual. If he wasn't in the weight class, because I don't have the exact dates. If he wasn't in his weight class, then what you talking about? You ain't in the weight class. So we can't get nothing together. We ain't bit more close to getting nothing together. Because look how they treated him about fighting Marquez. Oh, he's too little. Motherfucking Marquez and Pacquiao had how many fights by the time Mayweather got to Marquez? They had at least 2 fights, right? By the time Mayweather got to him. So how the fuck are y'all clamoring for Pacquiao and him to fight if Pacquiao and Marquez pretty much the same size? Like, that don't even make sense. So how about Pacquiao was putting it on folks' mind? That's my long-term goal. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm rocking these niggas on the way up. But that's my long-term goal.
Okay. Hey, listen. Like you said.
And I did.
I said,
it was Cotto?
Yeah. He fought Cotto too?
Pacquiao, which one of them, Mayweather and him have shared experiences?
What's that guy from the UK? The white dude?
Which one of them? Was it Ricky Hatton?
I
don't think it was Ricky Hatton.
Oh, no, it's Ricky Hatton. Oh, yeah.
No. Pacquiao didn't get to Ricky Hatton first.
No, he didn't.
Mayweather beat all of those guys when they was undefeated, except one of them. And
Cotto.
I think it was Cotto. It might have been Cotto.
Yeah.
Pacquiao got to him first.
But as a Manny Pacquiao fan, I see a lot of. I could go in on Mayweather and his bullshit. But like you said, it's opinionated. But I was going to make a video about that just now. I was going to do it today or whatever. But there's some things that we know that on both sides, there's suspect. I could say Floyd had the IV. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. He violated. He violated in his house. Taking saline, vitamins, minerals. He said he was dehydrated. But he walks around at 154. Or I got videos of him telling me that he's a 140. I'll put these videos up in no time. And it just doesn't make no sense that you need to take an IV where you could pop 3 Gatorades and some water and call it a day. Because you're like we was talking about, he is like a natural 140. That's what he said. And he could make up to 147. He walks around at 154. He said when he fought, I can't remember, some fighter when he fought, he said he was 149 when he fought. Or Canelo. He said he was 149
when he did the weigh in, but he woke up.
Right.
Less.
And then he said, yeah, and then he said Canelo was like 160. So, and he said it doesn't matter the weight, it's the skills. He said it was the skills. So, you know, it's a lot going on with both of them, man. I'm not gonna say.
And he was wrong for the saline drip. He was wrong because if that's not what you can do, that's not what you can do. And see, he opened that door for people to criticize and this, that, and the other. But you know, a Mayweather fan like me would probably be like, "Better saline, dog. We talk about saline, but it don't matter in your eyes." And you're right. If we're not allowed to do IV, we're not allowed to do IV, and so ain't no telling what was going. We can't say he beyond reproach just because he preach clean boxing. You have to not just preach it. You got to walk the walk and talk the walk. I mean, how I say, talk the talk, walk the walk. You got to show and prove, not just move your lips.
And then as a Manny Pacquiao fan, when I hear that he went in the water and got salt water and his shoulder got healed, you know, I hear things like that. But then I hear that before the fight, they didn't want to give him a shot. But come to find out, that shot was legal for his shoulder, but they didn't want to give it to him because Mayweather didn't want to give it to him. So, and USADA at the time was testing. So I don't know. It's a lot of shit going on. That's why I said.
But see, with that shot, tramadol is a narcotic.
No, but it's legal in water. It's legal in water, Vada.
But they were under Vada though. But and you can do it the same. What you trying to get with your purpose of getting the shot, you can accomplish by taking a cortisol shot, which is legal all day long, every day, no matter who it is, Vada, whatever. It's just you splitting hairs with the tramadol because that is a narcotic. You're not gonna feel nothing, dog. And yeah, that's your purpose to help you with the pain in that shoulder. But with tramadol, you ain't gonna feel shit all over your body because it's that type of drug. I know about that. I take it when I have to. I have to be careful with my own self.
But I gotta do some research on that because I didn't know it was that drug. I thought it was
the
Nova.
pain out.
Yeah, I thought it was the other one that you said. Nova.
It's cortisol. Cortisol. They did say he could take it, and he didn't want to take it. It's what he said he wanted to happen for his shoulder. Two things he could have took: tramadol or cortisol. Cortisol will handle and do the same shit as the tramadol would do, but the difference between cortisol and tramadol, if you take the cortisol, you're not gonna have no numbing feeling all over yourself. Tramadol, you will have a numbing feeling. It's kind of like, I don't know if you're familiar with Vicodin and how that works. I'm not talking about hydrocodone, y'all, or hydrocodone, because you get a prescription written for Vicodin. Them when you get to the pharmacy, they hit you off or they break you off with the hydrocodone and shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real Vicodin. To all my Vicodin lovers, stand up and say, yes. I love Vicodin. But Vicodin will numb up everything. You can be taking it because you stomp your big toe, right? Shit. It's going to cure every pain in you. You ain't going to feel shit. And you ain't going to be loopy and high with it neither. And that's how I look at tramadol. You ain't gonna be, you can probably get hooked on this opioid, but you ain't gonna be loopy and high with it.
Right. Yeah.
They don't do that to me. But if I had cramps, it take away the cramp. If I had a headache, cramps, a stomp toe, whatever, because the first time I got tramadol, I was cleaning it off my counter, and it was like, it was not an actual cleaver, but it was almost like one of them big, nice cleaver. It was sharp as a bitch. Brand new knife. I'm wiping. I ain't paying attention, man. I wiped the thing, and it fell off the counter and, man, fell right into my fucking foot, like right under my toe. And that thing, I swear it was like boing, because it was sticking straight up, and it was shaking back and forth like boing, and I'm looking at it like, I had to pull it out. Blood everywhere.
But you ain't feel it.
I didn't see it go down, but it happened that fast.
Right.
I felt it, like especially when I pulled it out. But
Oh, okay.
it happened that fast, and it shook as it was standing straight up, straight down into my foot, and I was like, ah, I pulled it out and it was blood everywhere. I didn't go to school that day. When I tell you my foot has swelled up, like it was so swollen, I couldn't even wear my shoe. I was walking around one shoe for months, and my foot never been the same since, right? And so all I'm saying is they gave me tramadol, because just the ache, the throbbing, the pain that came and went, that shit was getting on my nerves. But if I had cramps and I took the tramadol, even though I'm taking it for my foot, I ain't got no cramps. If my shoulder was hurting, my shoulder ain't hurting. I'm not feeling shit. So how fair is that in the fight? You don't feel nothing.
Listen, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into that tramadol. I'm going to look into that, and I'm going to go back into my archives. I'm going to look to see what drug.
Not tramadol. I'm sorry, y'all. Toradol. I'm saying it wrong. Toradol. Okay. Same thing, though. Same thing. Toradol.
I'm going to look to see if WADA, and USADA was accepting that. But, it's a lot of shit, yo. But I know one thing, man. You can take all the steroids you want on both sides, but it doesn't help your chin. It don't help your chin. If you're going to get hit, your electrical circuits is going to get shut down, regardless if you want to something numb or not. So once you get hit on that chin, it's like your body just going to buckle, regardless of what your brain is telling you. So, the thing when I'm talking about with Errol Spence and Crawford and the one month notice, I'm suspect about that. But at the end of the day, I still got Crawford, no matter what. Even if this guy's cheating, I still got Crawford.
Me too.
I just got him, man, because I know
me too. Like my only concern, my concern about the fight, nut shots. That's it. I mean, that's all I can think of, because after that, the nut shots, because they gonna be in Vegas, and fighting skills is fighting skills. But what do y'all do? I know that somebody told me you be on so much adrenaline going when you in that fight and you're on the mega stage that you don't need feeling nut shots. I was like, but that's not what all y'all men say. So I don't know. I don't got no nuts, so I can't tell you how it is. I just can go by y'all word.
That don't low blows. I mean, the first one it might be a little something, but the second one, man, woo. So you're right. Those low blows, I gotta be careful with that with Crawford, man. If he, like I said, when he was going to fight Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, I said, if he low blow you, take the full 5 minutes, nigga. That's all you gotta do. Yeah. Take the full 5 minutes. I know you delaying the fight.
Y'all men stupid for that one. Y'all men stupid for that one. Be like, I'm all right, bro. Take that whole 5 minutes, bro.
Exactly.
Reassess, reevaluate, readjust.
Exactly. Let the fans wait, and that's what I'm saying with Crawford. If he gets low blow, man, don't. I know you're gonna get mad and you're gonna want to get your lick off on this guy, but 5 minutes or 3 minutes, just catch a breather and get yourself together. I mean, if he hits you in the face, if you get hit in the face and you don't like it, and you turn up your adrenaline to another level, well then, hey, so be it. But those low blows, it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you.
The ref. Don't let the ref pressure y'all neither. And this ain't just for Crawford and Spence. This is for anybody. Don't let the ref pressure you because they be like, you ready? You sure? Shut up, ref. He got 5 minutes. Let him come to you. I be like so mad when I see the ref keep coming back. Shut the fuck up. Let him come to you. It's you fucking with his ego in front of the world. And that's why a lot of guys be like, all right, I'll just go. No, dude, take your time. You can move and jog in one place so you don't stop sweating or you don't cool down all the way. You can do little stuff, but take that time to get your strength back and all that stuff, and go back at it.
Because that cup that's holding their nutsack, when they hit that cup, it still hurt like a motherfucker. That shit hurt, bro. Even when you get hit in the hip, you get punched in the hip.
Yeah, on the side and everything. Yeah, that's what they be saying. Like, I
got hit. That shit hurts, yo. That ain't no joke.
So Crawford has to be careful of that, but Spence got to be careful too, Cause it's like you ever disturb a bee's nest or a hornet's nest when they ain't bothering you and shit.
Right.
you ever
That's
back
classic.
up an animal that's scared and they fucking snap on you and beat shit out you? That's
Yeah,
what you're
that's
gonna be
classic.
doing if you do that. If you do that to Crawford, you're gonna
Right.
disturb that hornet's nest. You're gonna fire
Right.
up your ass. You're gonna have stingers coming from every direction. He's gonna be trying
So
to kill you.
so what do you feel if this fight happens next year instead of this year? What do you think? Would you still buy the fight? Like,
If they fight, I will always buy that fight. But
right.
PBC, you wearing out your welcome. You really
Yeah.
are, and it's like there could don't sleep on sports because there could be a sport that come along that everybody really be into, and it might not be your sport. Like you sleeping on sports, and
Hmm.
you don't need to do it. But I do think it is time for an upgrade in how they disseminate and deliver sports. Like I really believe HBO should come back. One of them, HBO should be maybe the place where the less known fighters or the fighters who don't have as many fights come on and just do it like a Saturday night, an hour long program, or like or during the daytime, and not to compete with football or anything like that, but like something that they show every week. The less known components. I mean opponents. And then Showtime let them be, because Showtime got Showbox and late night Showtime fights and this, that, and other. And that's how they distinguish. But I think all the channels should have some kind of thing where it's like that because it's a lot of fighters that's less known we want to see. And we're
So
not seeing them because they don't deem them worthy to get on TV.
so
So,
so
I mean, I'll fight. I'll pay for it.
but I'm kind of up in the air if I want to pay for it or not if it happens next year. I'm kind of like, yo, they aging this man out. But what? I will renege and pay for it. But if it happens next year, I will not buy another PBC fight unless it's Showtime. And definitely, if it's supposed to get his fights, I'll definitely buy it. But
Ah, damn.
if they don't let me down, they don't get this fight this November 19th. Because Aerospace says regardless, I'm fighting November 19th. So if he fights Keith Thurman, they fail. They fail. He don't need to be fighting Keith Thurman. He fight is mandatory. He needs to fight is mandatory. And that's boots and this. I don't care what nobody. That's it. Basically, that's the way I feel. So I don't know.
Can y'all hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Yeah, something happened. I can hear you, but it's distorted. Like it went so I'm low. I hear you. It's not distorted, but it just muffled. Like it went way low. So I'm gonna hit the reload. So hold tight, y'all. I ain't knocking y'all off. I'm just
Yeah, if that fight don't happen this year, oh man, I'm gonna be like pissed, yo. I'm gonna be like, yo, almost real. Oh shit, it comes to these fights.
it's still doing it.
I hope this fight happens November 19th. And if it don't, I'm looking at this differently with the PBC.
Yeah, I definitely look at the fight. I definitely ain't gonna sleep on that one. You take this mic out and then put it back in to see if it
But if it happens next year, all the Crawford fans such as myself will say, yo, they aged him out. Like, come on, man. So can you hear me?
Ah, damn. I can't. Can you hear me, Shawty? Hold up, y'all.
I can hear you clear.
Yeah, this mixer acting stupid. I'm not buying no more damn mixers. I can hear you, but it's just real soft, like real low. But anywho, huh?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just I gotta, how you concentrate hearing, squint your eyes up. You like that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, in the end of the day, PBC told that draw with a lot of folks. They just got to come back and revamp their model on how they deliver boxes. Had some hit or miss. I can tell you this year, Earl Smith and Uga's fight was one of the better cards that PBC did, hands down. They did an excellent job on that whole fucking card. That was some good matchmaking right there. It was another time where the matchmaking was excellent, like the whole card. But PBC just got to get back to that. And the way to get back to that, you can't wear it all the time about the money. I'm talking about the empty suits. We ain't coming to see y'all, motherfuckers. We would never pay to see y'all. Sorry to bust y'all bubbles. All the empty suits, we don't care about y'all. Y'all are not entertaining. So take your fighters and match them up with people we know we want to see. And then you're going to make all the money you can off of us.
Exactly.
But if you keep doing this fugazi shit, you got the tiki light going.
Oh, yeah. I try to move so you get better reception. So I try to put it back here a little bit.
Yeah.
You can hear.
I want to screen in my back porch. I've been trying to do it for 10 years. I've been fucking around.
What I'm trying to ask you is like, you know that the PBC came out a week ago talking about they was making sure that you can hear me good?
I can hear you, but it ain't the best sound. Hold on. Let me take out the plugs and replug it in. Hold up. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
Huh?
they came out, PBC came out saying, we just wanted to make sure that Crawford didn't have no affiliation with Cunningham. It took you that long to figure that out?
I saw that shit. Well, I saw two thumbnails. The one thumbnail that said PBC is saying, I think that's BMAX thumbnail. I can understand that thumbnail. It was another thumbnail that said it like as a matter of fact. Now I didn't understand that one, but I understand like anybody reporting saying this is what they said or this is what they're saying. But I never understood the one that said this is like a matter of fact, like this was the holdup. This is what it was, versus this is what they say it was. In the end of the day, I don't think that Cunningham was an issue. I don't think that Bud had that issue.
Listen, if Cunningham and Crawford had any affiliation, this black ass would have been first before Tyson Fury. You know they love to point the finger at black person first. So I ain't trying to hear that shit because Tyson Fury can't even come to America because of affiliation with Cunningham. So for them to say it took this one and Al Heyman wanted to make sure that he had no affiliation with Cunningham, and that's the reason why this fight's taking long. I think that's rubbish. I think that's bullshit. Straight up bullshit.
I think it was used. I think if the PBC did use it as an excuse, they was using it as a stall tactic. Because if Cunningham was an issue, why wasn't it with when he fought Sean Porter? Because Cunningham was a problem back then too, and he was on the most wanted list back then too, and they were warned back then too. So if it wasn't a problem putting together Sean Porter fight, or even all these other fights that they were talking about, what about Crawford and Thurman, or what about Crawford and Boots, or whatever? If it wasn't a problem trying to put that shit together, no, I think PBC, if that was an issue, that they said it was an issue, then it was a stall tactic. It was a stall tactic, and everybody who went along with it was complicit, including Earl Spence. He's not getting a pass from me by acting like he's sitting on the sideline. If you complicit and not saying nothing, then you're part of the problem. Point blank, period.
That's your company. Exactly. That's your company.
Boxing Nerd, what's good with you? Salute. He said, salute, Queen. Salute to you, King. What you say?
I'm going to say this one thing. Let's say, how can I say this? At the end of the day, you could blame Crawford
Mm-hmm.
all you want. Everybody can blame Crawford all you want. But at the end of the day, the machine behind Errol Spence didn't give him strap season. And we know that Errol wanted strap season. The company wanted Keith Thurman. So at the end of the day, you lost on that one. At the end of the day, if Spence fights Keith Thurman, you lost again. So guess what? At the end of the day, you still don't got no straps. You ain't undisputed. You can be undisputed 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but you ain't. I mean, you could be unified 2 times and 3 times, but you still unified. That's not unification. Is unification. You ain't undisputed. So your mission is not accomplished. So you can play Crawford. All the wisdom you can play was Crawford for. Who gives a fuck? You did not fight a free agent. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Free agent.
You told him to get away from Bob. He got away from Bob. You know, you want him to fight. I mean, I don't know what more he could do, but you know, their stall tactics is their stall tactics because you want to put your boot on this dude's neck. You want to oppress him in some kind of way and suppress him. But that's what you want to do, and that's what you want to say. Again, if it is a Canahan problem, it was a Canahan problem last year. Because whenever Bud talked to this nigga or had a conversation with Canahan, it was way before the Porter fight. And it was way, you know, back then. So, I mean, he was a problem. This guy Canahan been a problem for a minute now. And if you could put that Porter fight together that quick, then you cannot come back later and say it's a problem. And then we're going to find out when it's all said and done and all the smoke is settled and everything. We're going to find out that a lot of these promoters / managers had dealings with this dude. All of them. It wouldn't shock me if Golden Boy comes out dirty. All of them. Matchroom, Top Rank, we know. Who else? PBC, whoever. They all, because all of them niggas like money, and all of them make moves for the greed of it all. For the love of money. You ain't doing it for the dude career. We already see you ain't with that shit. You do it for how much money you can make as a promoter or manager, and knowing that the fans don't give a fuck what you do with your daily life. We don't care about you. We care about them fighters and the entertainment they bring. So, yeah, it was used as a stall time. This is what I was saying about Shakur not making weight. It's going to be used against him in some form or fashion. Mark my words. Yeah, see what black people, and that's one thing about black people we should know. You cannot allow for an inch. Not in this world. Not in our lifetime. Maybe in my great grandchild. Maybe in Captain Kirk Day in the year 24, whatever the fuck. You know, when I'm long gone, where it don't matter. But you know, in our day, if you was born in the 20th century and even in the 21st century, you as a black person cannot give them fodder for to do whatever. You know, you can't feed them, you know, what they could use against you. And no matter how small it is that they use it against you with, if they use it against you.
Yeah,
you can't do it.
Tank lost his belts. They use that against him too. So he lost his belts on the scale, if I could recall. You know, so
and they ain't gonna never stop talking about it.
No,
you know, but it's not the end of the world. Tank has moved on. He got his career. He making money. But look what it coupled with that, and the fact that they don't believe he's disciplined enough when it's time to do the weigh-ins. Remember how they treated him when he fought Leo Santa? Oh, you thought I won't make 130. Why did they think that, Tank? Because you didn't make weight before. That's why you got grief from it. You know, even fighting at 135 or 140, you still looked at like, let me raise his eyebrow at Tank. Let me see if this nigga gonna make weight. They still do that to him. Once you open that door, you open that door. So now you got to work twice as hard to make that a distant memory.
Well, we will see with Shakur when he moves up to 135 what's going to happen. But
and Shakur can't do that. He can't do that.
And like I said, Devin Haney, you know, if he moves up to 140, let's see what his power look like. Same thing with Shakur. If he moves up to 135, let's see his power. We already know what Devin Haney power is at 135. So, let's see what's going on with Shakur. Maybe his power is a little bit different. We don't know. We don't know, but we'll see. Definitely.
Yeah, but and then they say they always say that Devin ain't got no power. I even say that he's not a power puncher. Shakur might not be either, but those two are excellent boxers. Can you imagine the chess game going on in that ring?
Yeah, I would love to see the chess game. I'd love to see the chess game with that. But I got Shakur beating Devin. I got Devin. Devin got better footwork, but the only problem is he can't counter better than Shakur. So even if you have better footwork, you don't have better range, distance, and counter. Shakur got a lot of counters. He know how to counter. So even though you have Devin Haney has better footwork, now they both can't hit it. They both ain't got no power. But I just feel like Shakur, his defense was a little bit off, but I think he was trying to just be a dog and get in there and try to knock this dude out. And he got sloppy with his defense, but I've seen Shakur with better defense than that. So I think, I've seen Shakur
was just good. I think Shakur missed some opportunities when Kaseka was lunging, and he should have popped his ass because he certainly could have got him right out. He was off balance. His legs was too spread and open, and he just wasn't. He wasn't in a better position, leg or footwork. Shakur never gave ground, never backed down, stood his ground, and just pivoted and did everything way better. So between Devin and Shakur, right, we know that they excellent top of the line boxers, well beyond their years. So we know another boxer like that. They call him the Great TBE, aka Money Mayweather, right? So if you said who is closest to imitating Money May, Shakur or Devin, I got Shakur all day, and that's why I say Shakur would beat the brakes off Devin. I'm just telling you.
I got Shakur too. I got Shakur. But, we gonna talk. Yeah. My battery's dying. My battery's dying.
Right. I feel you. It's about time for me to get off too.
I was about to make a video, but I was like, let me talk to Lady T. I ain't speak to you for a minute.
I know. I see you out there cheating on me.
I be making my videos in my van and chilling and making my videos here and there. But I hardly haven't been making little videos. I need some ambition to make a video. So I don't usually make videos.
I feel you.
Anytime these boxers sneeze and fart, I don't just make a video. So I just make when I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to do
what today I didn't even write stuff down. I'm sorry to cut you through. I do that a lot. I'm sorry. I didn't even write nothing down. And I normally write down the whole storyboard, I didn't even have to do that this weekend. That's how good Shakur is. So everything I talked to you today was off the top of my dome and shit. And normally I try, you get older, you gotta write shit down, you gotta be thorough. And but yeah, boxing is slowing up, y'all. It's not much to say. I'm not gonna force nothing or fluff nothing. If I see something that's relevant or I think need to be talked about, I'll make a video. If not, I ain't got shit to say.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
All right, Lady T. This is I'll check you again. I'll check you again, okay. Lady T.
All right, have a good one. Caps. I got to check out for your latest videos too. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Caps and Full G.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. No problem. Boxing Nerd, I hope you say peace out. Boxing Nerds, thanks for coming through. ATL, thanks for coming through. D Young, Ray New, Aaron, Quentin Brantley. Who else was up in here? Al Money, PGH, everybody who came through it. I ain't gonna remember you all. Miss Sahari, Queen. Hey, thanks for coming through. And yeah, this was an interesting talk. And I just want to be clear. I ain't shitting on you, Shakur Stevenson. Because I know he said, "Look, if that made y'all change y'all mind and y'all get on the other side, y'all need to stay over there." Shakur, I'm rocking with you all day, every day. Even if you be like, "Man, punk Miss T, I don't want to fuck with Miss T." I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what you would say. But constructive criticism, I don't want you to do that no more. Only because it don't help you. It's like this is one of them errors. And I don't mean to make nothing racist. It ain't a racist thing. It wasn't racist to me. The question that Bernardo asked him, it wasn't racist to me. nothing that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Whether he catch a favor or not. The questions Bernardo asked him was relevant and fair. A lot of people, like both of the fighters. I like both of them. I just feel like boxing is an individual sport. And when it's time to mix it up, outside of being brothers, like I would never want to see the Charlos fight each other. Never. That's a sad day in boxing if that ever happened. The same way I would have felt about the Klitschko's. I don't want to see them. If you're brothers or sisters, don't fight each other. The world don't ever need to see that, and that should never happen. Point blank, period. But outside of that, just friendships. Look at Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevens. Shakur was trying to sell a fight, and he was pissing Jamel's wife off. I remember him saying as much. He said, "I'm just, we playing, we back friends." They had to fight. They had to get it in. And right after the fight, they back to being brothers, cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? And I see that can happen with Devin and Shakur. And I would love to see the fight because I don't know who has the advantage. I don't know who will have the advantage in the Shakur and Devin fight because both of them, you're not going to say both of them are power punchers, but the level of expertise as a boxer, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And they both got the bravado, the heart. I mean, man, that's 50-50 if I never seen one, but I do got Shakur beating Devin Haney. Easy. And I could be wrong. But I would love to see that fight. But if he have to get in line, all you got to do, Shakur, is take the lesson that come with it. If they make you get in line, make you fight two little tune-up fights or whatever before you can get to where you want to go. Because you that great of a fighter that you should go to the top of the line. You should be at the top going for whatever. And if somebody asks you, who you want to face, the champ, whoever the champ is. And right now, the division you're rolling into, that would be Devin Haney. That is the numero uno, the alpha and the omega. You understand what I'm saying? So that it is what it is. Thank y'all for listening. Active Activist, I see he said, hey, y'all. He said, Devin talk like Sir Major. I got Shakur winning. See, y'all, it ain't no conspiracy. People see what they see. We could all be pleasantly surprised, but I got Shakur beat the brakes off. I'm sorry. Like, I do because I think Shakur is closest to Mayweather than any other fighter out there. That's just how I see it. He is the closest to a Mayweather than any other fighter as far as complete fighter. Him and Terrence. Like, I mean, God, like, y'all know how I feel about Terrence. They go without saying. Terrence is Terrence. Terrence don't have to be close to a Mayweather. He could just be the best Terrence. But like right now, in Shakur's young, boxing career, and Devin's young boxing career, or anybody that's young and starting off, Shakur is the closest thing, like to a Mayweather right now. That dude have some bags of tricks, and oh my God, what can't he do? That's what the fuck you be saying when you watch him box. What can't this dude do? So Shakur, we repping hard, we criticize fairly. That's all I say. Do he deserve to get top billing? I would love for him to get it. If they push him back and make him wait, he gave him that power. Don't do that shit no more. Don't give him the power. It's business as usual till it ain't business no more. That's all I was saying. But on that note, I'm gonna hit y'all with a piece in my Pamela James voice from Martin. Peace.